things I want, it's gonna need a different kind of money.
Yeah.
So let me focus on investing. Then when the money's on that level, every day could be designer.
I like to say I'm off the designer, but every once in a while.
Bro,
Every once
look
in
at
a
your
while.
slides, broski. Broski.
Yeah, but no.
Are the slides in the room with us, bro? Like, get them out, bro.
No, you know what it is, yeah? I'm
Nah.
saying this for free. There's nothing wrong with designer. I love that shit. I can't even lie to you. I love designer clothes. I prefer kicks. Kicks was my thing.
Yeah.
So like, we all used to do the loops all the time, all the Valentinos, all of that shit. I like all of that. It's still in me. But you know what it is? After that trip, the pivot happened where I come back and I say, right, the things I want. I was like, the things I want, it's gonna need a different kind of money. So let me focus on investing. Then when the money's on that level, every day could be designer. But right now, don't focus on that. You get what I'm saying? So after that trip and seeing that, when a man's already at that level and he said to me, bro, I'm trying to chase $1 billion. That triggered me. I was like, mate, what am I doing? Like, I can't be rolling around people like this and I'm looking, you know what I mean, a certain way. So that brought me down a level. So yeah, since then, saying being on it.
You know, the turning point for me was that, in fact, I tested. I went to a day party. I think it was even your day party was the second one. I went to a day party, dripped out.
Yeah.
Dior, Gucci, whatever it was, head to toe.
Yeah.
And I looked at the girls.
Head to toe, yeah,
But yeah, head to toe, yeah. And I was looking at the girls that were like coming my way or I was going their way, whatever. I'm like, cool. Next motive was your day party, the King's Ball one, yeah. Whew. And I went.
Remember King's Ball?
Huh?
Remember King's Ball, where I think it's gone, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's gone now. It's gone now. Yeah. And I went River Island Tee, ASOS bottoms, Air Forces, and I thought, let's see if the quality in girls is different. And it wasn't. So I was thinking, why am I spending all that to chat to the same girls? It doesn't make sense, bro. £1,000 difference, and it's the same result. Like, come on, man.
Bro, like over there, I went to the opening of a new lounge in Central called Omi. And the outfit I had on, how much was it? 15 or 20 pounds?
20 quid?
From Shein. I took it to Taylor's, £15. Taylor tapered it in. Bare people in my comments, in my DMs, raw, that outfit.
Sorry, bro. I forgot you're sexy. Sorry, bro. My bad. Sorry. You're just doing this. You're just doing it. Yeah. Look at me. I spent £20 and the girls are on me.
Bro, it's Taylor.
Embarrassing.
Taylor's everything.
Embarrassing. Are we letting it get away with it? Alright, no problem.
Taylor is
Nah, cool.
everything.
No problem.
One thing I don't like.
No problem.
The tailors is everything.
Yeah.
If you get a good tailor and the tailor tapers your outfit to how your structure is, it makes a cheap outfit look expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'd rather just take all my clothes to tailors now. Like even I got one new tracksuit from Boohoo, but the bottoms are too. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a tailor probably tomorrow. Get him to taper it in. It's meant to be oversized.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get him to take it in a tiny bit, taking a tiny bit of the waist, and it's gonna fit how I want it. But yeah, just spend on the tailors, man. Because if you go, this guy wears. If you go like how you said, Dior this, boom, boom, boom. There's times where, especially when Off-White was booming, I've walked into the dance and the 5 of us in the same team.
Yeah.
So now you're playing dodge the Off-White because you all look the same. You know what I mean? Because once one thing comes, everyone follows. It's like now what you see, Casablanca.
That died quick, boy.
It died quick, boy. The 150 T's.
Quick, boy.
The 150 T's were the popular because that was like the starter pack before the silky shirts. So you saw bare people wearing the £150 t-shirts before the silky joints, and I was like, there's no originality, you know? Yeah. That other side, the one from Canada, though, I am never ever.
Yeah, I think the only thing I hate about this discussion though is when people look at, say, like a billionaire walk in a room with a plain tee. And they're like, look, the richest man in the room is wearing a plain tee, and then you've got this guy wearing Louis. Bearing in mind that plain tee could probably cost £7 and that guy's probably got a yacht. So I think for the designer thing, spend whatever you want to spend and get it out of your system. But at the same time, I think you'll realise as you get older that nobody really cares.
I think
Nobody cares.
for me, it wasn't even the design. I stopped the designer, like, No, I haven't stopped it, but I stopped here and there. So before I was
See where he's looking at you.
no,
Just waiting to see what he said.
I would do it in big splurges, for example.
Okay, but what do you get from it? And there's nothing wrong with it. I've done it before.
What do I get with designer?
I used to do the criminal offences.
Yeah.
Moschino, Versace, LV, Gucci.
Bastardizing.
And the colour didn't match.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was the real Congolese uncle.
Yeah.
So what?
With the belt.
What do you get from it?
I don't even know. It's just like how you're perceived, I guess. Like,
Is it because it makes people assume you've got peas? I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah,
but it makes people
I feel
assume
like it's
you
just
don't.
you're seeing them in different light. That's my opinion of things. And I also, as I said, I like to compare myself to people I see with a lot of bread or money. Sorry. So I'm seeing a lot of man rocking Hermes slides. I might as well get a Hermes slide. Do you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I would get something. It's like, alright, I know this.
Has a woman ever looked at you guys in drip and actually came over and complimented your drip? When you're wearing drip? No,
yeah.
I'm not talking plain clothing, when you're doing Dior, Gucci, Louis, everything. Has a girl ever come up to you and said, right, you're dripped out, you know?
It's the passing comments
Like what?
that you'll get.
For
For example, let's say it was with the Hermes slides I'm wearing. They're like, alright, you got Hermes slides, you know? Yeah, I do.
But is that because everything else was plain?
Do you know what I mean?
Well, is
Is
that-
that-
Why is he doing the both thing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Bro.
This is my TikTok comments.
Bro.
Why you doing the one?
There's no girls here, bro. Like you can
Bro,
say,
like,
come
that's
on,
just-
man.
That's just how I see it, though. It's like it's not that deep. For me, it's just not that
So
deep.
basically, people don't like your flexing, basically. People think you
I
should have
don't
flex.
flex though. I've never flexed on a podcast.
So basically, what is this? Is it then the case that maybe the viewers you have maybe are not in a certain position? So when you're saying certain things, it makes them feel away.
Makes it feel away.
I can't answer for people.
How
I don't know.
what would you say your guests are demographic? Would you say they're like 25 and under, 25 and up? Would you say
18 to 25.
18, 25?
The people that listen to you,
Yeah.
18 university students and
And why would you say they listen to your podcast?
relatable.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say relatable.
Why would you say this? What would you say as well? What did they gain from it?
What do they gain from
Yeah.
us?
So why should someone listen to your podcast?
Yeah, I'd say entertainment, relatability, advice from time to time,
Yeah.
and an escape. I won't lie to you. So if we release, I don't know, 2-hour episode, a lot of our viewers work 9 to 5. Some of them will listen, tune in at work, 2 hours. We're just listening to them, or they're just listening to us, and then they might, in their mind, join us in the room. So like when you're watching a podcast, so like, I think a lot of us, you can agree, like Joe Budden or Joe Rogan, whoever it is, when you listen, you're engrossed.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in the room. Sometimes you even pause it and you even like give your 2 pence kind of thing. So I think, we give our version of an escape for some of our viewers.
I feel like it's also like, as you said, it's what's the point you said?
Escape.
Yeah, escape or whatever. But I feel like it's because you can see someone that is close to your age that is, for example, still talking about things that you can also do. For us, it's like we watched older people, so it's like we can't really.
You said older, really like aged it. You kind of said older, like
No, but like,
the way your arm reach was like.
okay, cool. For example, when we started watching podcasts, like they're older than us, bro. I was in uni. Okay, cool. Let me put some free shots, for example. I mean, I'm not getting at your age, man.
Go on.
No,
I've been enjoying this though. Hey, Gabs, this is
No, I said like the way his arm stretched, yeah. Said I'm listening to the older people.
Okay, cool. I listen to Joe Budden. Joe Budden's 40 something, or yeah, do you know what I mean? So I can't relate to him. You get me? I'm just listening to his story that I think is interesting.
So that means you can't relate to us as well, then basically.
But I couldn't when I used to listen to you. I couldn't.
Couldn't-
You lot are talking about Houston, man. I still can't relate to that.
Because
you know
they're
what I
older
mean?
than
No, you're older. You're older.
I get what you're saying though.
Do you know what I mean? Though? We
get what
can't
you're
relate to you guys' story.
We travelled.
Do you know what I mean?
Been a lot of
You lot are
places.
well travelled.
I'm old, innit? Let me just accept it.
Do you know, it's not even just that, bro. You, do you know what? You man
have more life
have adult
experiences
peas,
than
bro. You man have. Alright, cool. Everyone's pointing then. Fine.
Oh, man.
Cool. No, he just pretends that he.
No, we can talk about money.
No, it's fine.
Listen, we've watched
No, it's
you lot. So we can talk
I seen you in South Africa not too long ago.
But I was gonna say that, right?
Yeah,
Have you been?
Now we're just
I haven't been.
confused.
So what it was,
What's the thing that he does? What's it? Commercial, what's it called?
I don't know what you're referring
Commercial
to.
real estate.
Commercial real
real
estate. How many
estate.
venues?
I don't know what you're referring to. But what I do know is this. I've seen that you guys get quite a few views, especially when your clips go around on TikTok. And my thing is, why do you guys still wear branded clothing in your podcasts? Because they're not paying for it. I specifically make sure I have nothing branded. You've got a Man United top, Adidas.
My branded stuff.
At the top?
You know, just a bit of advice. Don't try as much as possible, especially when you're filming.
Yeah.
Just wear plain clothes. No one's paying you.
The money will come, sir.
Because right now, Under Armour's being advertised. Adidas being advertised. And one of the reasons why I don't really like wearing brands as much is because you're not paying me.
I'll tell you, a few years ago, I blocked myself accidentally. So someone was looking for someone in the 30s, black, fitness, and there was someone I know, and they was the person recruiting for Samsung. They scrolled my Insta and they saw Apple, iPhone, Apple Watch, boom, boom, boom. They're like, right, you've already given the competitor free advertising. Yeah. They wanted someone whose thing just looked clean.
Yeah.
From that's when I knew that you shouldn't be
And
tagging and
there's a minor to
posting.
you guys, but I
as
try
your
as
thing's
much as
growing,
possible
you don't,
play.
you want to be playing so that you're the, you know what I mean? You're the advert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
No one's paying you.
yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's paying you. No one's
If you
paying
notice, you don't see us in plain stuff a lot of times.
Yeah.
If not, it's this Joseph or Lakey or my own t-shirts. Yeah.
Right.
And a quick one, are you both still at home with your parents?
Yeah.
And how come? Is it because would you say you get on with your mum and dad generally?
Yeah.
Would you say you get on with your parents generally?
Definitely, yeah.
There's no pressure for you to actually move out because I think at my age growing up, the main thing was that's literally.
Round of applause,
You call it naked exercise, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
There we go.
And
It sound like
do
Hungry
you
and Bandits.
do you bring like
To the house.
yeah?
No, but the thing, my thing is though, why is he looking at me to ask? Why is he looking at my nigga? The question's for both of us.
I don't know, like I know you can answer separately.
No, I'm gonna answer like.
No,
growing
no.
up, I've always.
Now, at this age now, do you bring? When's the last time do you bring women to? Okay, you're one woman man. One woman
Yeah.
man. So have you?
I will bring my woman to my house. Yeah, 100%.
And your parents are okay with that?
My mum is fine with that. Yeah. I
Your
don't live
mum's
with
okay
my.
with it?
I don't live with my dad. So my dad lives.
So
Yeah.
your mom's actually. Can she go in the bedroom?
Yeah. Bro, I'm
How old are you?
I'm 24, bro. Like,
Times are changing.
Times just not leave the door,
Okay,
bro.
Could you sleep over?
Yeah.
As in, she can wake up the
Listen,
following
the
morning.
thing is, the difference with us, yeah, is that
This new gen is different.
no, it's not that we're different. We're bold. Like, we're gonna tell you, yo, like, it's either you kick me out or like you just get with the program. But no.
I like the bit though.
No. You see me, I talk like that, but that's not how. That's not how I say it to my mum before they think I'm some rude. Nah.
So explain. So,
But my mum's very
so
understanding.
the first time you brought a lady home.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you didn't sneak her or anything. Like the first time, like you did it with him, like.
She walked to her chest.
You know the door, like, oh, mum,
Yeah.
Becky, this is mum.
No, Becky.
But wait, one is Tony Shaw.
Listen,
How did it go?
doing this growing up. But that's how it would be though. So how I grew up now, I was very open with my mum in terms of like, oh, mum, I'm going to a motive that's in North London, or I'm going to this motive, or do you know what I mean? So I gained her trust very early. Do you know what I mean? So then eventually, like, I'll have like motives at my house where girls are there. Then she's met my female friends. So then eventually my female friends can come round. Then eventually one day I was like, yo, like, yeah, this is the girl I'm talking to or whatever. But I never used to bring girls.
Run me through the first time that a woman stayed over, as in it was past midnight. She came before midnight, and your mum has said, "Oh, good night, I'm going to bed," and your mum is aware. Because obviously, anytime I don't like work,
I've not done that too often now, bro. Like it might have been once or twice where a girl slept over my own bed.
Okay,
So
how about yourself?
I've not.
A girl's never. And is that because you know you can't? Or
No.
It's because we had this conversation on. Whoa, what's that?
No,
No, do you know what? We had this conversation on the pod, and we have different views on who our mum should meet.
Okay.
And I said, I remember my mum's met a couple of my friends. That's fine, but I feel like a woman who.
I don't know. These ones I'm talking about.
Nah, she ain't met any. Nah.
So,
But then again, I wouldn't indulge in that at home anyway.
okay.
Holiday in Bandit.
So technically,
Sometimes, I've not done that. Have you done that?
Come on, please.
Bro, I don't know. Holiday Inn, what's that?
Holiday Inn.
what's that?
Oh no, it's too cheap for them.
Oh, sir. Ritz.
So,
I was saying he's on the barrier pass.
not to get too personal.
Yeah.
So it's probably a very dumb question. So I'm assuming then that there's going to be points in your life when you are trying to entertain women.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point. So that means then that if they don't have their own place, and you're not bringing women to your house,
Yeah.
very dumb question. That means if you can't go to her house,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fill in the blanks.
Hotels, cars.
You men are still doing Pilates.
In the car?
No, but like,
Well,
don't get
I'm
it twisted.
in the
talking
car?
about stories that we've heard though.
Oh, allegedly. Allegedly.
Come on.
B&Q car park. I hear it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to bring a woman home to your mum's, could you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And she could sleep over.
We haven't had that conversation, but it'd probably go well. Yeah.
Out.
Because like we were saying, once you build that trust with your parent at this sort of age, a lot of things can run. I'm not gonna lie, as long as you're respectful.
Yeah, no.
This is very interesting because, as I said, I couldn't. It was a myth.
Yeah.
The main reason why I moved out is because I got kicked out. Well, my mum said she didn't kick me out. You left because the rules were too much.
Yeah.
Well, you give me a curfew at 21.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We would break I used to break those
Boundaries.
barriers down.
Is that
Like,
okay,
girls don't have flexibility at all.
But you think it's a joke?
Oh, for real. Mine,
One time I bought
when I
them.
got to past 25,
I'm talking 21.
yeah, the early days, yeah. But when I got past 25, my aunt's there to say to me, "What? No girlfriend, no woman coming around." I was like, huh?
So she was asking you as in where the girls.
Yeah. So when I had my ex at the time, when I was at 26, 27, she could stay over. Yeah, so I was shocked. So when I stopped dating her, I stopped bringing girls around, and I remember my aunt stared again, but no girls, and I was like, no, I don't want to bring no one around, and
Yeah.
she used to be baffled.
No,
But
so
what I used to do was
myth.
go sleep, where you go bed.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to leave by 4:30 a.m. because my aunt would wake up around 5:30 and start doing the creeping.
Yeah.
So I didn't want no.
You also got to remember, we went to uni, so we went to uni in Leicester. So
Ah.
between 18 to 21.
Chop in.
No.
Chop in.
Leicester.
Ah.
I'm surprised he came back to London.
No, yeah.
A lot of men,
Whacked there.
a lot of men we know that
God.
went.
We didn't.
Where you go? The month for.
The month.
A lot of men I know that went there never came back.
No, I don't.
It's cheap to live there.
Yeah, they've never come back.
But the prices there make sense. The prices make sense. But I just wouldn't live there.
Yeah.
But you were saying you couldn't bring girls to the house, so how did you make it work?
Sorry?
How
How
did
do
you make it work?
buddy?
He's sweating all of a sudden. You need some tissue, bro.
He's doing Pilates.
I'll be real.
He's a Pilates.
Sometimes I was a fox in the park.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was sometimes because you wouldn't know this, but back in the day we used to have you'd find an alleyway and then you'd park in the alleyway. You'd play Jenny Francis.
Jenny Francis.
Jenny Francis, Choice FM, and you put it on Choice FM.
Yeah.
And
Lady of Soul.
then you literally Lady of Soul. You literally you'd have fun with the lady inside the car,
Yeah.
and then because you left the radio on, the battery would die. You'd have to call your boy to
come
come
jumpstart your
jumpstart the car. That's how we used to get about when we was younger. There was no other, literally. Or if you was really lucky, probably the same thing now. You kind of if the lady's mum done night work or did a night shift, then obviously you'd
Go around.
go around there and do whatever. But I think it's good that you get on with your parents because that way you don't need to move out. That way you can save as much money as possible. Do you guys contribute to the house?
Yeah, but I would never move out just to go and start living something. Yeah, no.
And you don't have to answer this question, but how much do you contribute to the household? You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I probably won't answer, but I contribute a substantial amount.
So
yeah.
is it equivalent to if you was renting a room somewhere? So let's say renting a room is 6 bills.
But I have a strong view against that. You know what I mean?
Go on.
I feel like parents that charge their children rent, it don't make sense to me. I feel like it's just, let me not sound disrespectful, but I think it's greed. I'll be honest.
You don't think that, okay, and I agree, okay, if you're studying at university or studying at college, I think within reason you shouldn't have to contribute.
Yeah.
I think if you've got a full-time job,
Yeah.
one of my mum with the Jericho always says, she says, if you love somebody, you wouldn't want to see them struggle.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a greed part where you think my mum or dad has got peas, why do they need my money? I still think that if you're occupying a room, if you're paying electric, you're paying gas, I think there should be a contribution to the household. I think it should be a fair contribution.
Yeah.
Okay. At the same time, your parents in an ideal world should be able to afford the house you live in. But if you're an adult with a full-time job, private equity, banking, tech,
Thank God.
what's the problem with giving your mum the equivalent or your dad the equivalent of what a room is?
Because I'll just move out. I'll be honest.
And this is where I agree. If you're going to be giving me rules, you know, then I guess move out.
Yeah.
No, but my thing is like, for me, it's like, am I here to now start struggling, or is it a thing where you want me to actually get my feet together, or put my feet, whatever the phrase is, and then be able to move out? I feel like you're already setting me back. What's the point?
But don't you feel you should, if your bills are being paid in the home,
Yeah.
you don't feel that there should be a significant contribution? So how many of you are in the house?
3.
3. So your mum and 2.
My grandparents stay there here and there, but
Okay,
let's
who's
just say
actually-
3. Yeah, 3.
So 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's obviously a cost, a substantial cost for this home.
Yeah.
Yes, your mum has a job. Your mum may have money, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
want to know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
You live there 24/7.
Yeah.
You don't feel that as an adult that there should be a significant contribution to the house, or do you feel that because you're not a child anymore?
Yeah. But I'm her child.
Yeah, but you're not a child anymore.
I know, but I'm her child.
Man said, "Right, I didn't ask to be here.
Okay,
You brought me here."
Not saying there's an age, but what age would you say that, okay, you should now start contributing? You're saying, because I'm a child and I'm in this home, whether I'm 28, 29, 30,
No, I think it's relative to your salary, but I don't think it should be anything about, okay, a room rent is, I don't know, 600, 700, I don't know how much.
Let's say she can get £7 for the room.
£700.
Yeah.
You want to now start charging your child £700
You keep saying child.
because I'm her child. I will always be her
What's
child.
your take on this?
I think contribution should always happen.
Yeah.
When you're a full-time worker, especially at our age. But when it starts becoming an equivalent to the price of a room.
Let me throw a number out there. £2.5 after tax. So
Yeah.
I'm working, I'm 24 and I've got 2.5k in my pocket after tax.
Yeah.
What is a fair amount I should contribute to the house? I'm taking a room to myself.
Yeah.
2.5, let's keep it at that. £2.5 after tax. I'm 24.
So someone that wants to set their life up, buy a house,
What should I be contributing to?
nothing that will
Give me
kill
a
their
number.
pockets. I would say 200.
Couple of hundred, yeah,
250,
couple of hundred.
200. Yeah.
Facts.
If I'm giving you £600, then you do not want me to succeed in this life. You want me to go and work extra, take the extra mile or whatever to now get that £600, £700 back. So it's like, for me, it's greed.